My name is Robert Chapman. Thanks for watching this video. For this exercise series, you will need no special equipment, just floor space on the ground.
So, like I said, again, today we want to be working on the Bretzle. So, first things first, let's go ahead, just making sure we have just some nice floor space. We're not really going to be on our knees that much, really not at all. So again, just some nice floor space. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, taking both of our legs, extending them all the way out. We're going to have our heels digging into the ground. I want you to imagine as if there's a rod going from your head down to your spine, and you're nice and upright. Now, I want to just mention this real quick. Nice and upright doesn't mean chest is like, coming out, or we have a super curve in our back. Nice and upright, shoulder blades are still down and back, chin is tucked to our chest, tailbone is tucked as much as it can be in this position, and from here, we're going to keep that, again, like a nice rod-like structure in the upper body, and then we're just going to kind of fold forward. Now that folds for everyone can and will be a little different. For some people can fold all the way over, that's perfectly fine. Others, like myself, I can only go so far keeping this position, okay? So we're folding forward. Now with our feet, we're going to point our toes towards us. Now, I have my shoes off. You can have your shoes on or off. Doesn't make much of a difference. As again, we're going to be pretty much on our glutes or on our bottom, sit bones the entire time. So again, we're just going to kind of just start right here, and from here, it should be feeling the ankles opening up, calves getting nice and long, and maybe even all the way up into our hamstrings as well. Again, nice and upright, and just breathe. And then think of it like this: with each passing breath, we're trying to get our crown of our head closer and closer to our toes. Again, distance may be a ways away, and that's perfectly fine. We'll take a few more breaths, and then we'll move on to our next position. All right, perfect. Here we go. We're going to go ahead, sitting back into that nice upright position. Let's go ahead. You're going to take your right leg. So I like to have my hands to the side. We're going to take your right leg. We're going to bring it up and over your left. Now in this position, as I turn to the side so you can see what's going on, in this position, I do want your foot flat on the floor, okay? Foot flat on the floor. As that foot is flat on the floor, we can hug it, but again, I want to keep that foot flat on the floor as much as we can. Don't forget about that rod that's going from the top of your head down to your spine. So we want to still have that nice flat back, neutral spine, and we're right here. All right, foot flat on the floor. Right here. Now, what we're doing here is now obviously you should be feeling it in that right glute. Right glute should be getting nice and open. Hips should be opening up just a touch. And just taking in a few breaths, and then we'll move on to our next position. We're just relax. We're just trying to stretch, right? We're not necessarily putting in work, even though we are, but we're going to just stretch it out. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to relax. Bringing our right leg down, shifting ourselves, and we're going to take that left leg and bring it up and over. Same thing, foot flat on the floor. Make sure we have a nice flat back, and we're just right here. Again, feeling that stretch all on that outer hip before we transition into our next position. Perfect. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead. We're going to relax. As we relax, we're going to go ahead now, sitting all the way back against our back. And as we're all the way against our back, we're going to do some hamstring flossing, all right? So, a lot of food references and mouth references. We're going to take our hands, we're going to go ahead and place it on the back side of our left thigh. Let's start with our left thigh, our left hamstring. We're going to go ahead, relax. And then we're going to exhale, and we're going to just extend as far as we can, toes pointing towards us, and then inhale. And we're just going to go through this just a few times. And again, just feeling that hamstring, really feeling that hamstring get nice and long. as we're going through this. Take your time, take your time. We'll do a few more breathing rotations before we transition into our next, going over to our other leg. All right, here we go, our last and final. Go ahead, relax. Again, want to rinse and repeat. So let's set it up, make sure we're nice and flat. Shoulder blades against the ground, low back, spine up against the ground as well. Secure on the ground. And again, going through the same motion. Really just extending. You're really feeling that hamstring get nice and long. You can pull that leg up towards you a little bit as well as we're going through the motion. Perfect, perfect. All right, here we go. As we go through our final breath, we'll go ahead and we will relax. We'll go ahead. We're going to have both feet flat on the floor again. Make just another check. Shoulder blades against the ground. We're going to have our hips against the ground. Let's go ahead. We're going to take our legs up. We're going to have 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the ankles. And let's go ahead from here, drop it down to your right side. So they're stacked on top of each other. And we're just feeling that low back really opening up, spine really twisting, chest and back opening up. As we have it drop down to the right side. Perfect. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and relax, raising those legs back up and rinsing and repeating, dropping it down over this time to your left side. And also keep in mind, each side is independent, right? So one side may be tighter than the other, and that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Perfect. All right. And let's go ahead, bring those legs back up, and we're going to go ahead, dropping it down so both feet are flat on the floor. And now we've kind of prepped our body and we're ready for the Bretzle, which is today's theme. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take your right leg, right ankle, should go ahead, not on your left knee, but on your left thigh. All right, we've already opened up the hip a little bit. Now it's up to you on how far down that left thigh, your right ankle comes to. But I just want you to find that nice comfortable position, and you're going to place your right hand on that right thigh and just kind of apply very light pressure, gentle pressure, opening up that hip. And again, also keeping your left foot flat on the ground, okay? Low back is nice and anchored to the ground as well. Shoulders are nice and anchored. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this ankle and thigh connected, but we're going to drop this right foot down to the ground. So we're going to go ahead, dropping it down and looking over our right shoulder. Now, obviously, we'll take our left hand, opening up our left hip, and we're right here, okay? We're almost there. We're almost at the Bretzle, okay? This is about a half a Bretzle. All right, so we're here, taking in just a few breaths, and then we're going to come up, rinse and repeat, and we'll do the other side. So let's go ahead, one more big deep breath in, exhale. Let's go ahead, bring it on up, bring it on up. We're going to go ahead, relax, and rinse and repeat. Now we're going to take your left leg, bringing it up and over. Again, not on top of the knee, but bringing it down to wherever is comfortable for you on your right thigh. Taking that left hand, placing on that left thigh, and just gentle pressure, and just opening up that hip. Now remember, they're connected, and we're going to drop it down, okay? So here we go. We're going to go ahead, big deep breath in, exhale, when we drop it down. As we drop it down, we're looking over the left shoulder. Again, you feel that low back, spine, chest, really opening up. And remember, we can apply gentle pressure, opening up that hip, which may also translate into that low back as well. Right here, right here. Perfect, perfect. All right, here we go. A few more breaths. Big deep breath in and exhale. So let's go ahead. We're going to bring it back up. And we're going to go ahead, detach. And here we go now into our full Bretzle. So, which we're already close to doing anyway. So here we go. We're going to take the right ankle, bring it down over to your left thigh. From here, we're going to relax, give it a moment, let it settle. Then from here, we're going to go ahead, drop that right foot so that it's now flat against the ground. Now, keep in mind, you know you, and you know your body better than anyone else. We can stop right here, or now you can take your right hand, go ahead, grabbing that left ankle, and we can bring it in pretty close. You can also now take your left hand, grabbing that right ankle that's right here, and we can grab both. And you can, again, you can grab them, or we can touch them, or let them go all together. But we'll hang out here just for a few seconds. Biggest thing is trying to keep those shoulder blades flat against the ground, trying to make sure that low back isn't popping up too much off the ground, if at all. And we're right here, taking just a few breaths together. We'll go 2 more, in, out, and 1 more, big deep breath in, and exhale. And we'll go ahead, releasing the hands, slowly bringing the legs up, detaching. And we, of course, we got to rinse and repeat. Same thing, other side. Getting nice and slow. Give the body a moment right here. Then dropping it down. Now again, same thing, just opposite side. So now I'm going to take my left hand, take it over, grabbing that my right ankle, and grabbing right hand, left ankle right here, shoulders against the ground, and I'm just right here. Just take a few breaths right here in our full Bretzle on this other side before we detach. So let's go ahead, 3 more, in, out, deep breath in, out, and last one, deep breath in, and out. Go ahead and release the hands, slowly, slowly bringing the legs up, detach, go ahead, legs all the way out, you slowly coming all the way up. And that is my version of the Bretzle, or the body Bretzle.
Again, thanks for watching this video. I hope you take away a few tools that you can use on your everyday life and along your fitness and wellness journey. That said, be safe, be well, until next time.